Hi, everybody. This is Erica from In the Company of Cards. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Or if you haven't, yeah, if you've been here before, welcome back. I am so tired, but I didn't want to not come on in case you thought I went AWOL or something. I am just very sleepy today. Uh, I did my Substack. So if you go to Substack, it's called In the Company of Cards. You can see what I wrote there. And I thought that I would come on briefly just to look at the felon's trip to China. I thought I would look at how his physical self would stand the travel. It's a long flight. It's like 14-hour flight. Of course, it's on Air Force One, so that has a lot more creature comforts than a commercial airliner. But still, it's a tough trip. So I want to look at how his health is doing. I also want to know whether China will support him in his war with Iran. And I want to know if he will be promising them anything in regard to the fate of Taiwan, which of course China wants. Uh, we have protected Taiwan, and but you know, if that's China's price, will the felon pay that price? Uh, so I guess let's first look at how he will weather the trip physically. So I'm going to use the tree, and that will, excuse me, stand for his health, and we will see how he will do coming and going physically. Okay, so we're looking for the tree. So this stands for the felon's health during the course of his trip. It's just a 3 or 4 day trip. It's very short to China. He has left and he's on the way there now. Okay, so we have the ship, we have the moon, we have the tree, we have Clover, and we have the stork. So no bad cards here. This is the trip. He's going there to sort of try and burnish his reputation, to get an ally on his side since nobody else is his friend for good reason. The tree, which stands for his health is in the center. It's a very quick trip. And it looks like he comes back with something that he has wanted. So I also think that whatever the Chinese say that they will give him will have all kinds of strings attached and will not be something that you can take at face value. So here is the tree, and this stands for his health because I was just looking at his health, first of all. And we have the key, the mountain, and the letter. If this is health, the key tends to be a good card, but I just think that the answer to his health being okay is if maybe meetings are delayed for a while until he gets his sea legs, so to speak, till he acclimates. He won't even have been there long enough to acclimate before he will be back at the White House. But at any rate, they will be prescribing what they need to prescribe to keep him awake when he needs to be awake and to put him to sleep when he needs to be asleep. Uh, this looks like a pretty good trip for him, pretty auspicious trip. He will make it there and back, it looks like. Uh, Whether that's what you were hoping to see or not, or hear or not, that's what I feel is he will make it there and back in one piece. Uh, the next thing I want to look specifically at is, again, he will ask China for some sort of help in regard to this uh, disagreement, we'll call it, with Iran. How will that go? I guess I will let Spirit pick all the cards. Okay, so this is in regard to whatever he asks China to do for him. We have the fish, we have the older woman, we have the mice, the key, and the snake. Uh, again, whatever he asks for, finances are attached. He either wants money from them or will offer to give them money in return for something else. But I can mirror this money card with the snake card. The snake is not good. um, the real point, though, is I think China has compromise on him as well. I think there are lots of countries in the world that have compromise on him. This feels very Epsteinish or Melania-ish, which is kind of the same thing, entertainment purposes only. The thing that's interesting to me in this line of cards is in the middle, the mice. I think that the felon will be together enough to feel really nervous and anxious. Or if he doesn't, to start with, the Chinese will make him really nervous about something, anxious about something. I'm going to pull some clarifiers on on those mice. Yeah, remember I said that part of why he's going there is to sort of burnish his image, which, you know, he's starting out with a base metal. I don't know how he burnish a base metal such as he is, but this is his self-image, also his reputation. He wants to make nice with the Chinese. But those cards, the moon and the lily, are mirrored by clouds and the mice at the top. So I think he doesn't get what he wants from them. He doesn't get what he wants. They they understand very well who he is and what he is. And they are enjoying watching him squirm as much as uh, any other nation is. Not that other nations are necessarily enjoying it. I don't think other nations are necessarily enjoying it to the degree that China is. Um, if we were the three great powers at one time, Russia, China, and the US, well, China is now the only remaining really big power. I mean, you could throw Israel in there as well, throw Israel in the mix because it's kind of taken over. Um, what will the felon promise China in regard to Taiwan, if anything? What promise will he make? So the card for promise, and of course we know his promises are worth nothing, but the card for promise is the ring. What promise will he make China in regard to their quest to take over Taiwan? So remember, we're looking for the ring. Okay, this refers to any promise that the felon makes China about Taiwan. So we have tree, we have rider, ring, bear, and heart. Uh, China has wanted Taiwan for the longest time. They have wanted Taiwan. They believe that Taiwan should belong to them. And I think that the message that the felon will give China is go ahead, take it. You can have whatever you want so long as you give me what I want. And I think what will happen, I think let me look and see what happens then to Taiwan. Because we know the felon will promise anything to anybody. Whether he keeps the promise or not doesn't matter, but all he has to do is not help Taiwan when China rushes in. That's all he has to do. What will become of Taiwan? And I think I'll let Spirit pick all the cards. What will become of Taiwan? So you have the scythe, the letter, the moon, the whip, and then the book. You know, it looks like it will cease to be what it has always been. This is Taiwan. This is their reputation as their own thing, their own sovereign entity. But it looks like that ends with some sort of document or something that the felon signs. This will prove really contentious with the whip here. In fact, here's what I also think. I don't think that this will be something that will be bruited about. In other words, theoretically, we're not meant to know that the felon will have promised China Taiwan. We're not supposed to know that. But I think that that is what he will do. I think the felon will promise China Taiwan in return for help around the Iran situation. So this video is basically more of a proof of life video than anything. Since I wasn't on for a couple of days, I didn't want you to think that I'd forgotten you. I have not. Um, Go over and read my Substack that's there today. It's free to read all my work over there. I want to remind you that Lena and I will be on come hell or high water, God willing, and the creek don't rise, as they say. That will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. That's a live, we call it Worldview 360, and we'll be on talking about the issues of the day. Um, so I hope you'll join us for that tomorrow, but I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, I'm here, and thank you all for being here with me, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Okay, take care.